sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Season 3 Invitational in Atlanta, part of the SCG Tour, brought to you by Ultimate Guard. I'm Nick Miller alongside someone you all know, Tom Ross, officially Player of the Year. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
A hard, long year of playing a lot of Opens, a lot of Invitationals. What can you say about your year now that you've accomplished it?
I didn't do too much in Season 1, but once I won some Opens in Season 2, I felt like I could actually achieve Player of the Year, so I've been going for it ever since then. Just like go every weekend just playing the Opens. It's a tough grind, but it was worth it.
Now, when you started winning a couple, when did it kind of click to you that this is something I could actually do? Because you were absent from quite a few Opens in Season 1.
Yeah, I was kind of burned out after last year, so I didn't take Season 1 all that hard. I guess I just hit a stride with the human deck, the red white human deck and standard during Season 2. And I was way behind Jeff Hoogland or anyone else really in the points race up until I won 2 Opens, which were 60 points. But I was behind by, 90 or something at that point. But ever since I got close and it looked achievable, kind of went for it and glad it worked out.
Yeah, Jeff led the entire year until about the month of November, where you kind of started hitting some top 16s and some top 8s with Dredge and things like that. And then finally you won the 3rd Open of the year in Columbus, which gave you the lead you needed going into this Invitational. And you guys both did not have a great weekend, but you did get enough points to clinch.
Yeah, I barely day 2'd, and ever since I clinched the title, I haven't won a match yet. That's all right. No better time than a losing streak than at the end of a long race.
Yeah, so you mentioned on Twitter and Facebook, you've won one match of like 7 of your last so many matches.
It's basically been about 36 hours or so since I won a match.
But I think you won enough matches before that. You're now qualified for your 3rd straight Players Championship. What are your plans to kind of prepare for that? You got a couple weekends before that event.
I guess I'm going to see who's qualified. I know me and Jerry Thompson are qualified for sure, but some people are still outstanding, like Todd Stevens and Todd Anderson, Brad Nelson. So I don't know who I'll be working with or who will be qualified, so I could just answer that when it comes, I guess.
What would you consider your more successful year? 2014 with back-to-back Invitational wins and some, another Invitational top 8 and some Open top 8 splintered in there? Or would you call it this year with 3 Open wins, 8 Open top 8s, and an Invitational top 8?
8, Jesus. I think this year. I mean, when I won back-to-back Invitationals, it was kind of running back the same tournament. It was the same 2 formats. Standard didn't change all that much, so it felt very similar to the first event. And this year I had to play like a lot of different events. I played Legacy, Standard, and Modern. I played several different Modern decks. I played the same Legacy deck, whatever,
sure.
And several different Standard decks. So I had to, diversify a little bit. Had to extend my reach, I guess. Broaden my range, yeah.
So you would call this year the successful one of the 2?
Yeah, I think so. Even though, less money or prestige and less tokens.
You can't win all of the tokens.
Yeah.
What would you say is your most memorable moment from 2016?
I guess winning with Green White Tron, maybe. Or maybe right now. All
right.
I felt like very emotional for this tournament. Like I started off 4-0, and as long as I did an 0-4 Modern with my standby Infect deck, then it looked like I was going to be Player of the Year, and it was looking really rough. I lost the first 2 rounds of Modern. I almost lost to Tron with Infect, which is my Green White Tron deck, which I kind of built or tuned to beat Infect a little bit. That almost happened, and I lost my 3rd round to Dredge. So I don't even know what Infect beats. I probably picked a deck that was capable of 0-4, and this feels very hostile to it. Everybody's ready for Infect or Dredge.
Well, you kind of pulled the trigger on Infect last minute before the Modern portion of the event happened. Do you kind of, obviously now in retrospect, you would like to have played something else. What were the other decks you were considering?
So I lost to Jund twice, but every other deck I was considering beats Jund.
Sure.
I was thinking about playing Green White Tron again. I had like an 8-rack deck, which looks pretty good. There's a lot of Jund. It's good against Jund, and it's good against slow fair decks, where Infect's not. Had like a Soul Sisters deck, which is also good against the deck. Unless I had Dredge. I think that's it.
All right. Lastly, there's been a lot of talk lately of the last couple of years, who's the best SCG Tour player of all time? And the names that come to mind are yourself, Jerry Thompson, Todd Anderson, Joe Lissette. Those are the kind of the top names with the most titles, most top 8s, things like that. What do you rank the top for, or what do you consider yourself?
Well, I'm the most successful right now. The stats are still for Jerry and Todd. Todd has the most open top 8s, and Jerry has the most invitational top 8s. Todd has the most open wins, whatever. I think Reed Duke should be in the conversation too. He has a win and 2 finals and
invitationals plus 4 or 5 open wins.
Yeah, with an insanely high close rate and not all that many participation. I haven't played all that many events, so maybe I'm doing the best right now. I might be playing more than Reed or whatever, or Jerry right now. I still have a little bit of catching up to do to reach Todd's stats and stuff though.
Okay. What do you see yourself doing next year? Obviously, Player of the Year, you're gonna have 3 buys at all the opens. What's it looking like?
I guess I'll just play the ones around. I won't be so stressed to keep playing every event, but it will be. I'm incentivized to play everything because I have a value with the free buys and stuff. But I probably won't go too hard. I'll probably make some strides to get back on the Pro Tour. I think there's less opens next year than this year, so Grand Prix don't collide as much with opens, and the invitationals will be in town in Roanoke, which will make things easier on me.
Sure. All right. Well, it was one heck of a year. You got one last event here at Players Championship. Congratulations on Player of the Year one last time. For Tom Ross, I'm Nick Miller here on the sideboard. Stay tuned to StarCityGames.com all week long for the action here in Atlanta.